Greetings, friends. Many people speak of transforming their daily reality by using the law of attraction to get the physical results they want from the world. You have to believe all of this, otherwise it won't work, because believing is creating. To be fair, they're not the only spiritual system that relies on believing. Protestant Christianity would be an example. Although, if I understand Orthodox Christianity correctly, in addition to belief, you can know the state of your soul philosophically and rationally, owing to their appropriation of the Greek philosophy of logos. But I don't mean to get sidetracked there. I think the true law of attraction is based on gratitude, which is humbling. However, because we live in a commercial age where anything supposedly spiritual gets packaged and marketed by 1,000 gurus, a more troubling situation develops. This is the assumption that you can manipulate the world purely for self-gain. It assumes there is no higher direction other than what comes from your own soul. To be clear, there is some half-truth to the law of attraction. I believe my prayers have been answered, but that has been by asking for mercy and for grace, which is a little different from the affirmations of New Agers. I am not the originator of mercy and grace, and I have no control over them, though I may understand why the results come when they do. To illustrate my critique of the law of attraction, let's say you go traveling in India, because that's a place a lot of New Age hippies like to visit. Prior to the trip, you've been spending many months repeating mantras, meditating, programming your sleep, and whatever other technique. So you arrive in New Delhi, a strange new place. You're not following any specific plan, but you feel like you'd be safer and happier if you had some travel buddies. You maintain your vibration, and sure enough, within a few days you've made very good friends with a few foreigners. And they really are good people. You have a great time traveling together, incredible experiences and lifelong memories. At the end of your trip, when it's time to say goodbye, you tell your travel buddies, "I sure am glad to have met you guys. I was in the right state of vibration when I first saw you. The universe gave me back exactly what I was putting out." Now, if they're also New Agers, they may think that's wonderful, but let's say one of them doesn't think like that. After all, he had to be vibrating the right way too, otherwise he's no more than a metal ball being drawn in by your magnetism. There seems to be a dilemma within the law of attraction. You influence the world to get what you want from it, but this can be somewhat denigrating to the dignity of that which you act upon. It has no agency of its own. Not everyone you are pleased to meet is trying to use the same power as a New Ager. Some of them might even be uncomfortable with this power working upon them. This is more blunt when it comes to love and sex. I know a love spell isn't necessarily the same thing as vaguely using the law of attraction. However, it's in similar territory. Let's say you used a love spell to influence someone to have sex with you, and then you told this person what you had done. How would they react? Personally, I would think I'm dealing with a witch. She does not act in good faith. I would no longer have anything to do with her. To get around this uncomfortable situation of manipulating other humans, there is the idea that both parties are doing a joint vibration that brings each other together. All the people on Earth are doing this, consciously or not. But this is no different from saying that the law of gravity is acting upon all of us whether we're conscious of it or not. Gravity is beyond our control. I don't deny that there was a study a while back, I think in the 1990s, in some American cities where they had these monks brought in to meditate for peace, and it corresponded to a significant drop in the crime rate of these cities. But that was an experiment. The real question is whether such a thing is practical for everyone. For example, we've got a violent public school. Let's bring in 10 monks, set them up in the principal's office or the auditorium, and allow them to meditate for peace every day so that kids stop bringing knives to school. When it's report card time, Next to the student's average mark, there's a new number designating their vibration level. So we have the idea of raising your vibration existing side by side with the notion that a group of powerful monks can raise your vibration. Can you be raising your vibration while someone else is actually raising your vibration? It's a contradiction. The notion of joint vibration is a smokescreen covering the fact that the law of attraction is fundamentally about self-gain. Joint vibration, and for that matter the law of attraction, helps to obscure the reality that life is often a ride at the mercy of a higher power. We can influence the ride to some extent, but life is still a ride. We may deserve rewards during life, and we may indeed receive these rewards, while others who suffer are actually good people. But in neither case are we the true originator of these benefits or disadvantages. Some might say you can use the law of attraction for a greater good beyond yourself, or that you can follow a gray path or a neutral path, so to speak. I don't think this notion of the gray or the neutral needs much discussion. It presupposes the existence of light and darkness. If you knew that the light was there, wouldn't you wish to go towards it? There are some people who say when you die, you should not go to the light because it's actually going to trap you and make you reincarnate. I mean, I'm not talking about it in that sense. I'm talking about it generally. We associate light with the good. I want to further address the people who claim to use the law of attraction for good. What is good? Good is very similar to a certain word which I have not yet uttered because I don't wish to overuse it. I think you know who I'm talking about. He is inextricably connected to the notion of good because he is the place from which you measure your heart in any action you do. If you're using the law of attraction for good, you deny the very notion of good. This may seem hard to grasp. Let me go over it again. By using the law of attraction for some greater good, you block yourself from the very higher good which you claim to serve. Why should that be? Because in order to be the higher good, all things must pay homage to it. All good things flow from it. If you serve his almighty power, why would you raise a banner that says, "My power"? If all good things come from him, why not just ask him for help? Why do you feel the need to take matters into your own hands, unless you think the Almighty does not exist? Just like joint vibration is meaningless, so the idea of vibration for the higher good is meaningless, because the importance of your personal vibration gets cancelled out in both cases. It is irrelevant. You are left only with the Almighty. But we are apart from him, and it is painful. Life on earth is a constant state of separation from our true source. That's why it's tempting to be self-centered and tempting to believe the universe can unfold for you from within your own soul. It's folly to think that you can channel the power of the Most High while claiming to serve him. Not many people on earth can do that, so you should be suspicious when you hear someone claiming to do so. If you were really able to use the law of attraction consciously to produce results, this is no different than producing a miracle. The Catholic Church has its saints. Other traditions have their shamans and mystics, and these people do produce miracles. You may say that these shamans, mystics, and saints have used the law of attraction. I don't know if they necessarily have. Regardless, they are extremely selfless and rare. Even then, it's arguable that not all miracle workers are on a good path. You can smoke heavy tobacco and drink ayahuasca in the Amazon jungle and consult with snake spirits and the mother goddess, and thereby help your village find a lost child, bring rain, and do whatever else good deed needs to be done. But you've also established an enduring relationship with demonic entities, and following generations in your village will assume that this relationship with entities is necessary to get anything good done. It will lead them slowly astray. In similar fashion, some people say that there's white magic. It seems like a deception to me, but okay, let's say there's white magic. What kind of people practice it? Are you a saint in contact with the Most High? Are you a hermit living in the woods, designated by your community for this special task? Unless you're that kind of person, white magic is a shortcut, a hack, like a narrow jungle path to a forgotten temple with precious treasure. Most people don't deserve access to a power like this. Few are those who can use it responsibly. In any case, if we want a better life, practicing something like the law of attraction, at least as it's commonly marketed, or something like white magic, are both practices that would be unnecessary and potentially harmful. If we want miracles, the first step would be to accept the importance of mercy and grace from beyond ourselves. Hasta luego, amigos!